Good morning and welcome back to Keto Living with Dale and Judith. Today's video is my keto food prep. Remember, Dale eats low carb. Now about 50 grams of net carbs every day. Where I eat keto, I'm much more strict. I eat between 20 and 30 net carbs a day. I have arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. And I really try to focus on meat, vegetables, dairy-free, grain-free, and nut-free to help control my inflammation. I need to do some prep today. I need to prep some chicken. I want to have it ready to go in the freezer because I'm busy catching up in the garden. This is going to be really simple. I'm going to roast it at 400 degrees about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm not going to add any salt or pepper or spices. I just want to leave it plain. I can always add spices later. And I'm roasting it on this cast iron griddle. I like my chicken skin crispy. Then we're going to pair these with already cooked vegetables I have in the freezer. I'm going to store these in these glass containers. Recently, I've been using a lot of paper plates, cups, bowls, and plastic silverware because I've been so busy taking care of Dale. But we're exactly 7 weeks past surgery, and he's now able to help wash dishes. He's able to help fold clothes, and he can drive himself to his blood work, so that's helping a lot. He still can't do any heavy lifting, more than 10 pounds. I still have to take care of the trash, take the bags out, do the laundry, walk down to the basement. So I'm still really busy, but slowly we're getting back to using regular plates, cups, silverware, etc. And when the disposable that I've bought runs out, I'm not going to replace it because I really don't like using plastic. Now let's go look in the freezer to see what vegetables I already have cooked. This is only avocado. 2 grams of net carbs for each container. I'm going to use 2 of those. This is last year's summer squash, and I roasted it in the oven with bacon grease, and then I blended it up. 5 grams of net carbs. And these are last year's sweet red peppers, roasted in the oven with coconut oil, and this is 5 grams of net carbs. And last year's green peppers, also roasted in the oven with coconut oil. I'm going to use 2 of these, 5 grams of net carbs each. This is a family pack of Walmart chicken, which is 10 thighs, and I tend to eat 2 thighs per meal. I only eat lunch, I don't eat dinner. Now we're going to get these constructed and labeled. Last year's okra and green beans we still have in the freezer, but I don't have any cooked up. So I need to roast some more okra and cook a big pot of green beans with bacon like Mama used to make. But we're totally out of eggplant. Here in North Central Maryland, summer has really just begun in July. We are harvesting squash about every 3 days, but the peppers and eggplant haven't produced yet. We're getting 1 to 2 little okra every day. You want to see the garden? Come on, let me show you. I need to harvest Dale's carrots soon, but I've already harvested the onions and they're in the garage. Tomorrow I'm going to cook just some plain chicken and have that ready for when I want to pair it with some freshly roasted squash. And the peppers and eggplant have just started to set tiny little fruit. I've already started seedlings for the fall. A few summer vegetables too. Some zucchini, some cucumbers, and some summer flowers, zinnias. I'm going to share these with the neighbors. Strawberries are done, but I need to get in there and weed. Here, July means blackberries, but we have to compete with the birds. But the blueberries are all ours. I harvest those about every 3rd day because we really like them dark blue. It's a challenge to grow okra here because nighttime temperatures still dip into the 60s. But we still get a few every day, and we have more okra growing in the back. And my neighbor's tomatoes are ripening a few on a daily basis. Raspberries are done for their spring fruiting, but they're setting their second fruiting for the fall. That's our small, simple garden. Now let's get back in the house and mix up some yogurt. This is the last of the yogurt that I made. You see how it separates? Coconut milk naturally separates, but while it's still warm, I mix in 2 tablespoons of gelatin, and that helps it to firm up because coconut milk yogurt won't get thick like cow's milk yogurt. Now let's get it mixed up. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon per serving of chia seeds, and that'll help it to get thick. Be careful where you buy them because they get rancid really easily because they have a high oil content. I typically order Bob's Red Mill, but because it's summer, I don't want it shipped through the mail in the heat. So I just ordered a packet from Walmart, and I just had it delivered with my delivery. And I want to see. Always open your chia seeds and give it a good smell. Hang on, let me get the scissors. If it's rancid, it'll have a funny smell to it. But this smells fresh. You want to buy it from a store that has a high turnover rate, not a store where it just sits on the shelf. So this is going to be okay. Now, first we're going to use up what we have, and then we'll add this to the container. I sweeten it with liquid stevia. And I add just a drop of coconut extract. And I don't add these until the week that I'm going to eat it. Just like with the chia seeds. I don't add those to the whole pot of yogurt after it's done. I only add in a week's worth. Now those chia seeds need 24 hours or at least overnight to absorb the liquid, because chia seeds will expand. So let's dish these up into containers, and then I'm going to add some fruit, leave this in the fridge overnight, and store it in the freezer. Half a cup of coconut milk yogurt with 1 tablespoon of chia seeds is 3.9 grams of net carbs, and it's great for gut health. It feeds my good gut bacteria. But Dale can't eat homemade yogurt after his liver transplant. We really have to be careful with food safety. No home fermented foods. No home canned foods either. But I've been buying him a milk-based low-carb yogurt. Ratio, and now I'm buying the high-protein version. Let me show you, and then let's check on the chicken. Eight grams of net carbs. But they have another version that's lower in carb called Trio. I'm allergic to milk. That's why I started making the coconut milk yogurt myself. Looks ready to me. I love roasted chicken. I've decided not to add the fruit to the yogurt because I'm harvesting enough blackberries every day to add 1 ounce to the yogurt. So 1 ounce of blackberries is going to make 1.2 grams of net carbs, making the yogurt 5.1 grams of net carbs a serving. And because I'm not adding the fruit, these can stay in the fridge for a week. So 1 of the quart jars of yogurt makes 8 servings. So let's get the chicken in the box. The avocado won't fit, but I'll tape it onto the container. I'll also pour the oil and juice over those. So I cooked We'll let those cool a little bit, then put them in the freezer and help on a busy day. So my recent videos have been the different ways that I used up the Napa cabbage. But honestly, most times my meals I take a simple approach. Chicken, pork, sometimes beef or shrimp, roasted or quickly sautéed, paired with a vegetable. I've learned with my 8 years of keto, I don't want to be thinking about and dwelling on food a lot. I want a simple approach. Just meat and vegetables, yogurt, berries, chia seeds, and of course, my favorite, coffee. I like to keep it simple. My last prep is Chia cereal. I've just added this as a before bed snack. I used to make it, and sometimes I would have it for breakfast years ago, but typically I would have it before bed. It's very satisfying. It's the same concept as the yogurt. Half a cup of coconut milk, liquid stevia to sweeten, 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon, and 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, 1/2 cup of water. Chia seeds need overnight to soak up the liquid. Then I'm either going to microwave the cereal to thicken it or cook it in a pot. I didn't add any fruit because hopefully there'll be enough berries every day for 1 ounce in the yogurt and 1 ounce in the cereal. Now the net carbs is going to be just like the yogurt. Wait, no it's not, because it has more chia seeds in it. Hang on, let me look at my notes. So there's 5.3 grams of net carbs for each chia seed serving. Let's get this in the fridge, and that's my keto prep for today. Thank you for visiting Keto Living with Dale and Judith. See you later. Bye-bye.